Greetings, and welcome to another thrilling, exciting adventure of the Planetary Persuader. I am Kozmic, your host. It is so nice to be with you. Thank you for inviting me into your phone and laptop and living room and all other kinds of places you might be. Traveling, giggling with a friend. That's okay. It's good. We got a full moon today. Yeah. We got a full moon today at 10:23 p.m. and it's about 12 degrees Taurus in the Western Zodiac, and in the Vedic Zodiac it is in it's about 16 degrees Aries. I mean, yeah, or more. Wait, 16, 18 degrees Aries. So it's in the nakshatra of Bharani, and Bharani is ruled by Yama, the god of death, which is the sun's first legitimate child. Kind of, Saturn was like the sun's first child, and it was sort of like an illegitimate child because it was with this like clone of, or a woman that looked just like his wife, but the wife was away and she had left her, was friends with the wife to keep his husband company. I don't know, but then she was mad that she got pregnant, and things like that do happen still in the world. I've heard these stories. But Saturn's all about justice, and, we're coming out of that place, where Saturn's kind of knotted up, and, by the 10th it won't be so bad for sure, it's going to loosen up, but it's called the Gandanta, and the Gandanta is the knot between water signs and fire signs in, Vedic astrology. It tends to be a little more tumultuous on the water part of it, so things are getting better. Overall, things are getting better. Back to Bharani. Bharani doesn't do so good with the Saturn energy because Yama is the sun's legitimate brother. So his wife came back, she got pregnant, and then so Yama is the brahmachari. And Yama is a god of death, and its symbol of Bharani is the yoni, the vulva. So, with this full moon, there's this thing about things that are hidden and mysteries. And there's also this thing about production, like food, and, all the wonderful fall foods like pomegranates and persimmons and apples and pears and pumpkins and squashes and things. And so Bharani is associated with these things. Bharani is also Venus ruled. And so there is this element of lust and really getting into things on a Bharani moon. It should be awesome. I'm looking forward to it, actually. I think it's going to be an awesome Friday night. Yeah. Awesome full moon. Okay, so what else is happening, planetarily speaking? Well, we've got Venus moving into Scorpio on the 7th at 3:39 a.m. And that's an election day in some parts of the United States of America. Tuesday. So Tuesday, Venus moves into Scorpio. So, Venus in Scorpio is passionate. One of Scorpio's key phrases is "I create." The other one's "I desire." So let me tell you, creativity and desire get amped big time with Venus and Scorpio. And let's remember also, folks, Venus and Scorpio is Vedic Venus in Libra, comma, love, sensuality. So, you know, until it gets to 24 degrees Scorpio. And so while it's still in these, you know, mid to, you know, early to early late degrees of Scorpio, you're fine. You know, you're going to get all these sensual, magnificent hits of love and creativity and full-on vibe and real passion. You know, that Venus in Scorpio gives a delicious, juicy kind of passion. If you've ever been with somebody with Venus in Scorpio, you know, I mean, hopefully it was a good experience, and you'll be like, well, yeah, I know what you're talking about, you know, unless you got him on got her or him on a bad night. Mercury goes into Sagittarius. Okay, so Mercury in Scorpio is kind of like, oh, I don't want to talk about it, you know, but on Sunday at 11:19 a.m., Mercury moves into Sagittarius. Mercury in Sagittarius is slang. It's expressions, it's jokes, it's intellectual, sometimes it can be cutting corners. Yes, of course it's Vedic Scorpio. So they say something about the Mercury in the Vedic or sidereal Scorpio is that it's really good for research. So Mercury's in this place now where it's really helping us with research. It's generally lighter-hearted and kind of broad-minded. You know, I really think a Mercury in Sagittarius is like one of the most broad-minded signs, you know, one of the most broad-minded places for Mercury, even though it's opposite of Gemini. You know, so in some ways they would say, you know, that's not good. But it's looking at it. You know, the opposite signs always have something in common with each other. And that's something to note as well. Okay, what other magical shifts? That's pretty much it. You know, that was a lot. Okay, sign by sign, here we go. Aries, welcome to your horoscope. Starting today, full moon, you're looking like money. You know, today is a day when you could bring more wealth in your life and have better relationship with your family. It's also important to note, too, that, you know, when the moon is waxing, gaining energy, there's always more intention, there's more things, and you know, it's like afterwards for a couple of days, it's like you're moonstruck. You're almost confused. What was that? What happened? And then, you know, things finally just kind of wind down again until the next new moon, where that's where the intentions are really important. You know, full moons are not new starts, people. New moons are new starts. So just caution to that. After the full moon, it's a good time to kind of let things go and complete things that you started in the new moon cycle. And so, you know, Scorpio time, there's a lot of other people's money, other people's property, occult studies, on with your intuition. Sometimes, you know, some of our past life karma can hit us up in the 8th house. And it's one of the reasons why it's so telepathic. But Mercury moving into the 9th house is going to invite travel, it's going to invite education, it's going to invite learning a foreign language, or at least a new slang expression. And, you know, Saturn is getting closer and closer to your midheaven, so you're going to be looking more executive, you're going to be looking more like a leader, like a wise person. It's like, oh, our little baby's grown up now. Well, greetings, Taurus. Welcome to your horoscope. So, right now, you're in the partnership sign of Scorpio. And this week, Venus goes in your 7th house. Oh my gosh. Like, when's that happen, Cosmic Kev? I told you, it happens on the 7th, on Tuesday. And so, you know, it's going to be there for like 4 weeks. So, I mean, enjoy this time when you're more attractive, when the lovemaking is better. Everything is better, you know, because you got Venus, Jupiter, and Sun all in Scorpio. And Mercury moving into your 8th house is going to make you more telepathic. This full moon is going to make you more popular, at least on the moon cycle. And it's somewhat romantic, too, for you, because you have all those planets in the 7th house right now. So how can you lose? You know, how can you lose? You're just going to move forward. Sure, there's still the ego-shattering things of Saturn transiting the 8th house, but there's this transformational sense of adventure when you go to the 9th house and look at that. And I know that... you know, go to the highest form of the divine, you know, meditate, you know, and for you, if that's Buddhist meditation, so be it. If it makes you a better person and you're getting things from it, so be it. If that's studying the Quran and it makes you a better person, so be it. If that's studying the Tao, so be it. If that's studying the Talmud or the Pentateuch, so be it. Or if it's studying the Gospels, so be it. If you're getting upliftment from that. And it's just like, I want everybody to be uplifted, though. The elevator vibe. And let's stop trying to see so many differences and see where we come together. Because you know what? Every time we come together, we're so powerful. And that's what I want to remind you, Taurus. Be open to good relationships. People are going to be helping you. They're going to be coming to you at this time. And you can also make a lot of physical gains if you watch your diet and exercise a lot. You're going to really start getting stronger. Well, hello, Gemini. Welcome to your horoscope. So this is an interesting week for you because of how on Sunday, so the 5th, Mercury moves into your 9th house. So out of the 8th house. So, you had to think of all those morbid things of death and, and just oh man, how hard life can be sometimes, and it's all in our mind, I know that. And how beautiful life can be too, how much grace there is. Well, now Mercury is going into your 7th house, so it's like there's this little bit of sweetness, you've had to talk about all your limits and about maturity and things that last, and now you're like a little more like, wow, what's going on in the world? Hey, nice to see you again, someone who's got some life to them and makes life interesting and fun and tells jokes and cool stuff like that. I'm like so happy about this, and so you become more conscious of the use of Mercury this week. It can help romance, help you be a better diplomat, sweet talker. You make progress that way. Full moon, 12th house. I would lay low this weekend, especially Friday and Saturday, and just get enough rest. 12th house is all about sleeping, getting in the bed, resting, enjoying those things, and it's like, I think of that with the full moon for you. Okay. Hello, Cancer, and welcome to your horoscope. Well, thanks for waiting for me. This is a place where it's like the best full moon of the whole year for you. I mean, yeah, I know there's other things that can make things rough. I get it. But no, there is this place of grace. There is this place where suffering diminishes and you end up getting what you need. And I love it when you get what you need. We all have so many needs, and we're all lovely people when we get them met. And I know one of the biggest problems we have in our interactions with others is fear. And I was just talking with my brother tonight. It was like, don't you think like 2017, like there's been a lot of fear-generated media sensations, whether they're natural disasters or, dumb humans hurting other humans. No fear. I am your brother, your cousin at least, your father, your grandfather, your son. I don't know, there's many of you alive left. I could be your grandson too, but it's possible, There's some of you centurions out there. I think for you, Cancer, it's about loving. It's loving your children. It's loving your creative projects. It's loving teaching and giving to others. Travel looks good. All of this looks good. And the full moon is exalted in the 11th house. Whoa, 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 whoa. In Taurus. Perfect. Perfect. You're going to have a great night socializing, having fun. And earth and water do so well together. And so I think good things. Good things for you. And it's a time also where you could end up buying a vehicle. That's kind of a funny thing. But Venus in your 5th house, the juicy love's about to come on for Cancer. Don't you wish I was a Cancer right now? Yeah. I could get in it. No. Wouldn't you like to be in a Cancer right now? I don't think they've had a car called the Cancer yet. No, I don't want to be in. Moon children. Well, hello, Leo. Okay, so, I mean, it's like there's been a disturbance in your consciousness, which brings back energies of when you felt neglected. And so, this is why you're going through this trip you're going through right now. And it's deep, because it's like fourth house transit, Jupiter, Sun, and Venus this week too gets in there. Mercury leaves. But, there's a stirring of just deep emotion and family, mother, connection, all of it. We're so vulnerable right now. And we really need each other. And like a lot of foundations have been shaken. Maybe you've had to move. But I think as things go, this full moon could elevate you in your career and publicly in a good way. Anyhow, your Neptune in the 8th house has brought you a lot of spiritual reflection. And it's hard to tell what's real and what other people are up to. Your own partner, they might be out on their forest years trying to get it, trying to reduce suffering. We suffer a lot in the 8th house. And travel issues, Mars is still in the 3rd house. It's like I would definitely get my vehicles checked out, in the northern hemisphere, in the mid, anybody 35 degrees northward or above. There's some adverse weather coming, and you want to be able to deal with that. Okay. Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your horoscope. All right. So, scene. Okay, so Scorpio is actually a really good friend of Virgo. 3rd house is often about friendship, at least siblings, friends we made when we were in elementary school, high school, even college, is all in that 3rd house. Mercury's been there, so your communication's been good. It's going to change. It's going to the 4th house. Mercury in your 4th house will help sharpen up your memory. Might improve your relationship with your parents, older adults. Help you be more intelligent about how you use energy in your household. But the richest, the theme of riches for 2017, the end of 2017 and most of 2018 is going to be friendships. And it's going to be thoughtful, uplifting, spiritual words versus exaggeration. It's going to be art. It's going to be working with your hands. And this is the perfect time to get engaged and to incubate all those great creative ideas and start to manifest. You have Neptune in the 7th house. So it's like, if you were single and you're looking for a mate, it's really hard to be clear about what's going on. But if you're looking for someone to make a spiritual connection with, that's deeper than just, hey, we lust over each other really well, man, something good could happen. And you have your own fetishes and ideas about how things should roll. This full moon is going to bring good fortune to you, actually. You're going to do really good. There's some blessings coming down on you. And Lord knows you could really use them right now. I know you've been through hell and back recently, some of you, and it's nice to have you back. Well, hello, Libra. Welcome to your horoscope. So, Scorpio time's about your values. It's about your family. It's about your neck and throat. So you want to protect those as we get in cold weather season. And we got this big full moon in the 8th house. And if you're alone, I can make you very horny or, lusty or lonely, feeling like, wow, this is, where am I? But there are other people, but there might not be the people you want. So sometimes you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm under the sway of other people's decisions under this full moon. So, good night to stay home, meditate, pray, pray for others, uplift their vibe. It's a whole different thing. I don't know. It's all, you have a lot of dynamic energy with Mars in the 1st house. Venus is moving in your 2nd house, so this can enhance your ability to make money. It also can make you want to spend money on yourself, on unnecessary luxuries. So you just really got to guard against that, you know, because you want to be financially wise and solvent in these uncertain times. So I'd say don't spend a lot of money on the full moon. Do not get yourself in debt any further. And happiness will run. Well, hello, Scorpio, and welcome to your horoscope. I'm so glad that, any Scorpios having birthdays this week. Celebrate you. You've been through enough. You deserve a break and a good time. So we'll talk Pluto. Pluto in the third house, the way we communicate, the way we share with others. It's changing, and we've had to really evolve. Society has become so much more sensitive than I was. It was like they've become cruder and more sensitive at the same time. I don't quite get it, It's like this extreme. I think it has a lot to do with not investing in education. However, for Scorpio, Venus is in your first house now, or will be by Tuesday. And so this essence of sweetness and creativity is back in your mind. Like, okay, it's time to do these things. It's time to make this happen. It's time to blow it up with Jupiter there, too. It's like Jupiter's all about making it bigger. Big risk often get big rewards. I'm not saying to do anything foolish. This moon, very romantic for you. Full moon in Taurus, come on, it's 7th house. Mid degrees, close to 12 degrees there. I mean, it's like all Scorpios are getting hit by this, to some extent, because that's a wider beam. Certainly I would think 0 to 24 is going to get, some sense of this. Everybody, between, 6 and 20 degrees Scorpio really get a lot from it. But it's just important to honor, and part of the thing we have to honor is our impermanence as people. Everything is temporary, and so, and that's heavy. And Mars is in the 12th house right now, so that's like a really kind of a rougher place to be, because the secret enemies and people that don't really have your back, they might be stirring up the pot a bit. I can't stand when that happens, Sometimes a kill or be killed world, and it's like, I don't know. I mean, whether it's worse to kill or be killed, it's kind of a strange thing. I think most people say, it's worse, I don't know. We have all these things, everything, but Mercury moves into your 2nd house, so that could actually mean financial improvement, that you get a voice, and that people are listening to what you have to say. And you become a sweeter singer. And because Venus moves in your 1st house Tuesday, also you look better. So you have a lot of good fortune there. The full moon, yeah, it's romantic and stuff. But really keeping the spiritual vision is going to be an anchor that's going to help you this time. Well. Greetings, Sagittarius. Welcome to your horoscope. So, okay. I mean, Scorpio time is kind of a darker time because you're incubating things, and you're harvesting a lot of the karma of the actions from the previous year, and some of it's really positive, but some of it's rough, and it's a little bit harder to deal with. But it's not so bad. I mean, when I look at, Mercury, Jupiter, Sun, and then Venus moving in the 12th house, it's like, my God, this is a pretty dreamboat 12th house transit, really. It's not the worst. But you will feel more isolated during this period, and you will feel much more introspective. I mean, everybody's going to feel more Scorpio-like, because you know what? Not every, even though you're a Sagittarius, you're Vedic Scorpio, but don't even think that. I mean, I'm saying just in Western astrology, it's Scorpio season, so everybody gets taken to that place. And everybody has Scorpio in their chart, even if they don't have a planet in it, because you've got the Rishi is all in the wheel. So things are happening in different houses for everybody right now. And how we utilize this energy, which is very underground, it's very spiritual, it's very transformational, it's all up to us. And you've still got Saturn in the first house, so you can be smart about these things. You've got good friends that are dynamic, might want to exercise with you or something, but it's mostly still lay low time. Well, hello Capricorn, and welcome to your horoscope. So, Scorpio is a great friend of Capricorn. It's the social life of Capricorn is Scorpio. You got Jupiter there, you're going to meet important friends. You're going to make good connections that are actually going to elevate you this year. And yeah, you could use that. You need some of that help. And, parties are going to get more fun after Tuesday because Venus moves into the 11th house, so there's this flirtatious kind of energy. Now we've got this full moon this week, and it's in your 5th house. That's a fun house. It's going to be a fun full moon for Capricorn. So, get out there, socialize, have it good, attract more spiritually minded friends. That would be good. And like I said last week, you're looking like a boss with Mars in the 10th house. So, and you still have to deal with, old karma too. Pay attention to that Saturn in the 12th, so that when you start it, when Saturn goes into Capricorn this winter, you're going to do it with class and grace. Yeah. Okay. Greetings, Aquarius. Welcome to your horoscope. Okay. So, last weekend the moon started with you. This weekend moon starts in your 4th house, which is where Taurus lies, and that's like your emotional life. And that's your mother. And that's your family, and that's your rearing. That's kind of like the set of karma when you were setting out in the world comes from. It's your base. Okay, so, we've got full moon in the baseline. Now, Scorpio, on the other hand, is your public image. It's your career. It's where other people see you. And so that creativity of Scorpio is how you perform. It's kind of a performance, leadership, career house. And you're going to do so well. Like, if you wanted to get your dream job, it could come to you in, or at least improvements at work within the next couple months. Helpful friends are coming. You've had the older ones that have helped you and stuff, but now we're seeing people here who are intelligent and lively, and you're just going to do good. And so I'd say enjoy the week. I think it looks like Sunday and Monday will be really good days for you. And you'll have fun. Okay, here's the wind-up. Pisces, greeting. Welcome to your horoscope. Well, like I was saying last week, Jupiter in your 9th house rocks, and so you're able to help other people more. You're able to make good karma happen. And it opens up travel, it opens up spiritual knowledge, it opens up areas of expertise, advanced studies, exotic studies, master's degrees, PhDs, advanced certificates in education of some sort, even mechanics, advanced things, all 9th house, and foreign languages, foreign cultures, 9th house. So this whole exoticness is percolating in your being. And this full moon, it is in your 3rd house. And so 3rd house is friends and it's neighborhood. So the neighborhood might be a little restless under the full moon. That's usually what I think with something like that. But it's also an opportunity to connect with your sisters. If you have sisters especially, the moon will bring out that feminine energy, and and just heart connections. Even if you have brothers, siblings, friends you knew from way back when, they can be part of that full moon. Your communication can be enhanced. Your desire to work with your hands. It's going to be good. Thanks for joining me. Cosmic Kev, Cosmic Forecast. We're doing this every week, new every Friday. Thanks for being with me.